Hello. Am I audible, guys? Please do confirm once. If yes, please type one in chat.
Yes, sir. Hello. Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Manisha. Sorry for the delay due to some busy schedules. Our cybersecurity project was paused for a while. Thank you for your patience and understanding. Now, Bonusa will continue the class.
Yes, thank you, Manisha. So let's start the session, guys. So I'm sharing my screen. Please do confirm whether you can see it or not. I hope you all can see my screen and it is visible. Yeah, thank you. Right, now let's continue with the project session. So in today's project, what we are going to do means, so we will take the our machine Parrot operating system will be used as attacker machine, and up to now we have used metasploitable 2 machine as the target, right? So always I use it to use this metasploitable 2 as our target machine, but now what we are going to do means we are going to um, attack a database, that is Redis, which is there on top of a server, which is running on top of a servers, right? So the real time attack that we are going to perform now, but this entire server is there on top of the HDB. Okay, HDB means hack the box. Hack the box. On top of this server is there and Redis machine is there. So we are going to perform the attack, right? And we are going to capture the flag. So this is a type of CTF challenge which we are going to do now. First, let me explain you the project goal. Right. Just a second. Let me go on top. Yeah. So what we are learning in this project means, in this project we will learn how to identify and safely investigate an exposed Redis database service. We will begin by checking whether the target is reachable. That is the first step usually we do. Then we will use Nmap to discover open ports and identify the service running on them. In my previous classes, I have shown you the Nmap and we have performed some commands related to this Nmap. Nmap comes under the active scanning or passive scanning. Can anyone tell me if you do remember it? It comes under the active or passive, or else half active or half passive. So there are different types of scans. By using this Nmap we can perform, right? And there are I in the last classes I told that there are different types of flags that we use in this Nmap, right? So here after finding Redis, this is the port number of this Redis 6379. We will connect to it using Redis CLI and understand how Redis store information as key value pairs. So in this database, the data is stored in the form of key value pairs. Now, the thing is, we are doing this entire thing with the help of our Parrot machine, which is hosting on top of our Windows, which is hosting on top of our Windows. This is the Windows machine. Okay, let just a second. This is the Windows machine. On top of this Windows, you already know what do we have? We have the virtual box, right? On top of this virtual box, there is a Parrot machine. So that's it is acting as an attacker, and now we are attacking a real-time server which is there on top of the HTTP, right? First of all, in order to connect to the server, we need to go to the HTTP and we need to download one file. Okay, so just go to here, go to hack the box. You don't worry how to do these all things. మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలంటే నేను సపరేట్గా మీకు నేను ఒక మిషన్ అనేది క్రియేట్ చేసి ఇస్తాను. సో యూ కెన్ ప్రాక్టీస్ ఆన్ దట్ మిషన్. యాక్చువల్లీ ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే మీకు సబ్స్క్రిప్షన్ మోడల్ ఉంటుంది. ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ది సబ్స్క్రిప్షన్ దెన్ ఓన్లీ యూ కెన్ పర్ఫార్మ్ అటాక్స్ ఆన్ దీస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ రియల్ మిషన్స్. బట్ ఇఫ్ యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ సబ్స్క్రిప్షన్, నో నీడ్ టు వరీ. I will configure one machine and I will upload it to Google Drive and I will share that link with you. You can do some attacks on that machine also. Okay, you can install it locally in your Parrot machine and you can perform attacks by using your Parrot machine on top of that machine. Okay, so this is how it will work. First of all, you can go to this redeemer. Here, first of all, what we need to do, we need to know the IP address of that machine. Okay, so in order to know the IP address of the machine, first of all, you need to start the machine. Now the machine will get started. And right side on top we have a option called connect option. Click on connect option and here I am going to select this starting point and here OpenVPN I need to select. Okay, so here come down and you need to select this TCP connection, not UDP, because TCP is more reliable compared to UDP. Okay, so the frequently it will not disconnect, so the connection will be stay secure also. Now click on download VPN. This VPN file will be downloaded into your local machine, that is nothing but the Windows. Okay, so now go to your Parrot machine and go to your virtual box and start your Parrot machine. So whatever the file that you have downloaded, you need to copy it to from Windows to Parrot. So in order to do that, you need to go here devices and please check whether the shared clipboard is set to bidirectional or not, and drag and drop should also be in the bidirectional. Then only copy paste will work. So the default password for the Parrot machine is Parrot itself. In my case, so I'm going to open the terminal now. So go to Windows, the where the file was downloaded, and just I'm going to copy it from here and I'm going to paste it here. Click on move here. So now you can see here there is a file, right? Let me delete this one. Right. It is our file. Now open the terminal. Now this file where it is there in desktop. Let me clear the screen. How can we confirm? Just you can type where we are actually, we need to find out. Just if you type pwd, it will show the location right now where we are. Now I am going to say tilde symbol / desktop. If I press enter, now I am in the desktop. If I type ls, you can see that file is also available here. Okay, next we need to, in order to connect to this machine, we need to type sudo open VPN followed by this file name. I'm going to copy this and paste this, press enter. Now, if you do refresh your browser, now you will see the thing here as connected. Now we have successfully connected to this server which they have provided us. Okay. Now our target mission IP address is 10.129.46.209. Now I'm going to note it down here. So this is our server attacker IP address which we need to perform attack on this mission only. Up to here clear everyone? If yes, please type 1 in chat. So how to connect to machine? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, next. సో ఎప్పుడైతే మీకు కనెక్షన్ అనేది ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ అవుతుందో ఫస్ట్ థింగ్ యూ షుడ్ నాట్ క్లోజ్ దిస్ టర్మినల్. రిమెంబర్, యూ షుడ్ నాట్ క్లోజ్ దిస్ టర్మినల్. జస్ట్ ప్లీజ్ డూ మినిమైజ్ ఇట్, డోంట్ క్లోజ్ ఇట్. ఇఫ్ యూ డూ క్లోజ్ ఇట్ మీన్స్ యూ విల్ లాస్ ది కనెక్షన్. ఓకే. సో ఇప్పుడు మనకి ఇది ప్యారెట్ మిషన్ కదా, సో దీని నుంచి మనం వాళ్ళు ప్రొవైడ్ చేసిన సర్వర్కి కనెక్ట్ అయ్యి ఆ సర్వర్ నుంచి దీనికి మనం అటాక్స్ అనేవి పర్ఫామ్ చేస్తామన్నమాట. దేర్ ఈజ్ సపరేట్ నెట్వర్క్, రైట్? సో విచ్ ఈస్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్డ్ బిట్వీన్ దిస్ అండ్ దిస్. ఓకే. సో వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ దేర్ నెట్వర్క్ అండ్ so whatever the server they are provided from our machine, we are taking the advantage to attack this server, right? So what you are going to learn here, first we need to check whether the target is reachable or not. Okay, let me, and we perform some service discovery, identify open port service versions using which tool. We use Nmap here, and we will go through some Redis fundamentals, understand as in memory, key value database, command line investigation we do. We will run these type of commands. Once we successfully log into this database, we need to pass some commands which are related to database and explain why Redis service without suitable authentication or access controls may expose data. And defensive thinking also we need to do recommended authentication, network restrictions, updates and monitoring. So what type of defense that we need to apply, at last we will discuss these things. So main project goal here is the purpose is not to retrieve a flag here. So CTF is a challenge, but it is not the goal, final goal here. The goal is to discover an exposed Redis service and understand its data structure and demonstrating the security impact inside an authorized lab and explain how service should be protected. So there is some analogy here. You can think Redis cupboard. Redis is like a digital cupboard. Each label is a key and item behind the label is its value. So keys shows the labels. Get opens one labeled section and its value. Without a proper lock or access restriction, an unauthorized person may see the data. So here as one line answer we can say we are learning how to discover, we learn how to investigate and securely access exposed Redis database and understand the impact of weakness access controls and recommended appropriate security measurements. That's what finally we need to take care about. So the lab follows one clean chain here: reaching the target, identifying the database, connect to it, inspect the database, and finally we need to capture the flag. So confirm connectivity. For this purpose we use generally ping, right? So ping command will be used. So we need to replace the target IP with our actual machine which we need to attack. This is our target IP 10.129.46.209. So core mental model, if you take Redis, a fast in memory key value data store, like we discussed, it's about each label is a key and the item behind it is a value. So there is, in order to communicate with this Redis, we use CLI, command line interface. The terminal client used to speak to a Redis server, a remote control that sends Redis commands to the service. And previously I told you the port number for the Redis is 6379 by default, a numbered door where Redis service listens. So the database organizes information. Why Redis is fast? Here you can see the database organizes information so it can be accessed, managed or updated. Redis is a open source, no SQL key value store using as a database cache and message broker. So commonly stores durable records on the disk. Disk is designed for long-term retention. Redis in memory keeps frequently needed data in RAM for very fast retrieval and can persist backups to the disk. Example, the main product or the customer database here. Example, cache frequently request prices for seconds, minutes or hours. So here some example is there. A busy website first checks Redis for a price. If the value is missing, it reads the main database and temporarily saves the value in the Redis. Later visitors receive the cache result faster. So you need to remember three parts. Server means which can listen for client connections. It means nothing but the incoming connections which are requested from the users from their machines. And what is CLI? As I told you, it's a command line interface. Let us send some commands and review some view responses from the Redis. And the database means it's nothing but the data which is stored in the form of key value pairs in the logical database indexes. So first of all, now enough theory. Now let's move to the practical part. So once the practical part was implemented, you will understand it in a better way. So first of all, what we need to do, can we reach the target? First we need to check whether we can reach the target or not. Already I told you about the ping command. Ping sends small network requests. Replies prove basic reachability. They do not prove every service is working. So as we have discussed in the previous classes, ping will work on which protocol? Can anyone tell me in the chat? Which protocol will be working when we send some ping command? Exactly. Very good. So it is, yeah, what is the name? Yeah, Kalyani. Right? Good, Kalyani. And the ping will work on protocol called ICMP. Okay. So now let's check whether the target is reachable or not. So go back to your machine and open new one more terminal here. I am going to increase the font size. So what is the target IP address here? 10.129, ping 10.129.46.209. Now you can see I am getting the reply from the target machine, right? So it means that the target machine is reachable, right? So in this way we can confirm. Now, so here checks ping checks whether the target replies to ICMP echo request or not. So it is responding for this protocol now. So already we have discussed about these examples, two packets transmitted. In remember guys, in Windows, when you give this ping command, by default, 4 times the request will go and 4 times the request will be received from the opponent. But in the Linux, unless until you stop, I mean, if unless and until you press Control C, the ping it will not stop. In such a case, you can say you can use like -c count and followed by the target IP. In such a case, the ping request will go to the target for 2 times and automatically it will stop. Right. So this is what the first thing that we need to do. Right. Next, coming to the which service is listening. Okay. So now we are going to pass the nmap command. Nmap asks the target which TCP ports are open and attempts to identify the software version. So when you run this command nmap-p- it means we are scanning all the ports. It means we are scanning all the ports. -s means the service and v means the version, which version it is using. Right now I am going to copy this entire command. You can see the commands also here, the command meaning. We are scanning all the 65,000 ports and hyphen smallest capital V means probe open ports to identify service, and we need to identify the version also. Now go here and paste, but in the place of target IP we need to pass our machine IP address. This is our machine IP. Now if I do press enter, it is going to do some sort of scanning. So you can see hyphen p hyphen means check every number door, not only the common ones. Hyphen sv means after finding an open door, read the nameplate behind it. Somewhat analogy that was written here, right? So finding the source scan shows only 6379. This is the port number for TCP open. Running Redis key value store. The version number is 5.0.7 that tells us which client and protocol to use next. So this type of finding we need to get once this scan was complete. So we'll wait for that and we will see whether we are getting that output or not. After that, we need to install the Redis CLI. Let, let this complete first. So why it is taking some time means all the ports that we are doing the scan. That's the reason it will take 2 to 3 minutes. In my case, it depends upon the Wi-Fi speed, guys. Must complete in about 1 or 2 minutes. I think so. We'll see for 1 minute, or else we will do the quick scan to identify the port 6379. I'm going to pass one more command for the quick scan. So nmap hyphen p hyphen space hyphen hyphen min rate 5000 hyphen t4, it's capital T4, followed by the IP address, that is 10.129.46.209. This command will do somewhat fast scan. Yes, now you can see here, host is up, these many filtered ports are there. Now I am going to run nmap hyphen smallest capital V followed by the port 6379 followed by the IP address. Only one port I am going to scan, not all the ports. So you can see here the state is open and the service is Redis, and the version of this Redis is 5.0.7. Okay, so you can see here which TCP port is open on this machine. So the port number is 6379. So when you are trying to do this CTF challenges, it will be asking you some questions, and finally you need to enter the flag details. So in my case, already I have solved all these basic type of machines. So which service is running on port, that port that is open on the machine, or obviously we know the service, it is Redis, right? Here you can see the service is Redis, right? So next question, what type of database is Redis? Choose from the following options: in memory database or traditional database. Just we have learned the theory, right? So it comes under the in memory database. In memory means nothing but the RAM. It will store the data will be stored in the form of RAM. And which command line utility is used to interact with Redis server? That is nothing but the Redis CLI, right? So we did not install the CLI yet, so we will install it. So for that purpose, we need to install and understand Redis CLI. So the Redis tools packages provides the command line client used to interact with remote Redis server. So the server is not there on top of our virtual box. It is there somewhere else. So in order to communicate with this server, we require a CLI. So for that purpose, first of all, we need to run the command sudo apt update. So just I am going to sudo apt update is the command. Still, I think this one still it is running. And one more thing, guys, I want to tell you that when you are attacking the public machine, it means when you are performing this type of attacks, always remember go to settings and go to network, and you always need to set it to bridged mode. Then only you can communicate with that server. If you set it to NAT mode, you cannot communicate with it. The connection will not be established. In the meanwhile, if anyone have any doubts, please type in chat, or you can talk with me. It's almost done. Yes. So sudo apt update command, it was done. Next, the command is we need to install Redis database related tools. So this is the command for that. So it is saying Redis tools is already the newest version. It was already installed. So no need to install, no need to download it again. So we need to use sudo. You already know why we are using this. Installing system software changes protected operating system locations. Sudo temporarily runs the package command with administrative privileges. So in order to use this Redis CLI tool, so I already told you in the previous classes, the man command or hyphen help you can use. So here I am going to type Redis CLI space hyphen help. So it will show you the options how to use this, all the arguments it will show you related to that tool, or else you can use the man command also. You can just say man followed by Redis CLI. So this is also a manual. Mhm. And you can come out by pressing Q. Q means quit from your keyboard. Right, so let's understand about these arguments. H means remote host name or IP address required point to target IP. P means the remote port. Optional here, default Redis port is 6379, and A means the password. Use only if the lab supplies authentication. N means the database number, alternative to selecting after connection. So let's run the command Redis CLI H. So H means, as we have discussed, remote host IP address we need to give here. So the prompt changes to like this. So let's give the IP address here, Redis CLI H followed by the target machine IP. 10.129.46.209. Yes, now we have successfully connected to, if it is showing like this means we have successfully connected to this Redis, means Redis CLI is connected and waiting for Redis command. It does not mean the flag has been found yet. So some of the common failures that you can see here, connection refused might occur. Verify the target is active in such a case, or this port is still open or not. Sometimes timeout might happen because, as we have discussed, ఇక్కడ మీకు కనెక్టెడ్ అని చెప్పి ఆప్షన్ దగ్గర మీకు ఇక్కడ యూడిపి అని కానీ మీరు సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటే అండ్ ఇన్ సచ్ ఎ కేస్ యూ మైట్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ దిస్ టైమ్ అవుట్ things. So next, coming to north, the server requires credentials, use only credentials provided by the lab. So these will be the common failures. Now the first command that I am going to give is info. So what info will do? A long report including server and key space sections. So just I am going to pass the first command, that is nothing but the info. The CPU and the cluster details, and you can see a lot of other things also here. Memory related details of that server. So this is the version of the server, right? Database, these all things you can see here. Next, coming to the key space, statistics about logical databases and their keys. So a contents page shows which cupboards contains items. So we can see here keys equal to 4. Now come down. So the select the database and list the keys. So I am going to select here as, next we need to select it here as 0. So let's go here and select 0. So now we need to list all the keys. A list containing temp, store, num and flag. So star means it denotes all, right? So just I'm going to type the command keys, asterisk symbol. If I press enter, you can see the output. So command means select 0 chooses cupboard number 0, keys asks for every label inside it, and the asterisk means it's a wild card, meaning all, as I just told you now. So read values and recover the flag. So just we need to say get temp, get returns the value stored behind one key. The source demonstrates reading multiple keys, and finally flag key. So get temp returns the value stored under temp, get store returns the value under store, num. Like this we need to pass this get command. So just get tmp, get store, get num and get flag finally. Okay, so this is the expected output, and here is our actual flag. Okay, so copy the flag exactly as displayed, and once you got the flag, you need to do the submission over here. If you come down here, some more options are there. See which flag is used with the Redis command line utility to specify the host name. It is nothing but the -h. It is used to uh, give the IP address of the attacker machine. Right. So sorry, the target machine. So once connected to Redis server, which command is used to obtain the information means it's nothing but the command is info, and task 7. What is task 7? The version identification. We already detected the version also. Which command is used to select the desired database in Redis? That is nothing but the select. How many keys are present inside the database? Total number of keys, that are 4. And which command is used to obtain all the keys in the database? That is nothing but the command called keys followed by the wildcard, that is asterisk. Now finally we need to submit the flag here, guys. So once you do all these steps, you will be solving this mission, right? So this is what, and yeah. So these all things that we have learned. First, the full the chain here you can see: reachability, port discovery, service identification, setup, connection, database selection, key discovery, and value retrieval. So these all things we have just performed in this project. I am going to hand over this PDF in your group also. And one more thing that I want to tell you that, so in this month end, we are going to uh, go with the course called ethical hacking with AI, near about 20 modules. The total duration of the course will be 2 months. So if anyone interested in this course means, so you can contact this number, me, it's my number. So I can forward this to my marketing team so they can talk with you, right? So that's all for this project, guys, and thank you for you all to attending the all the sessions. So it's nice journey with you all, guys. So any doubts means you can ask, guys, or else I will end up the session. You can type in chat. Yes, I hope no one is having any doubts. So thank you, guys, thank you all of you. So happy weekend. Good night, guys.